Good morning. We're in the process of changing out the carburetor on this generator that Derek generously gave us. Last week, would not start. Tank was empty, which was good, and it had a tag on it as if it had been serviced. What is this, you ask? Oh, it's just freeze-dried cow liver, sorry, 4 dogs. And if I sound strange, I've got a mask on because the yellow death is outside. So, the thing I'm wanting to point out right now is this is the drain from the bottom of the bowl, and it's got like gooey gunk on it. Big chunk already I pulled off before I took the video. So that gave me a clue that probably the thing is just gunked up completely inside. We'll take it apart and look. Here's our brand new one from Amazon. Let's see what we get. Welcome back. So trying to get the bowl off was tough. How's the lighting in here? It's okay. The black stuff is electrical tape that I wrapped around it so I could put pliers on it without damaging it, but check this. Okay. A little gunky, but especially the bottom of the bowl, if I can get it in the light. Yeah, there's some trash down there. I wonder if the needle's even, if it's stuck in there, or if it's, yeah, the needle doesn't seem to, oh, maybe it is moving back and forth. I'm sorry for the extreme close-up. Yeah, needle's moving. I don't know, we'll proceed with replacement of the new Amazon one and see how she does. All right, take 2. Didn't hit record the first time. You can tell by the sound that we have success. It did not start with the carburetor alone. I checked the plug previously. It was pretty foul, but I want to do one thing at a time. Excuse me, pollen. So I replaced the plug, and it started on the very first pull. Look at it go. We'll try the electricity here in a minute. The silence you hear is this started to bog and then shut down as it warmed up. So might need to make some carburetor adjustments. We're getting there. Progress, but not full success yet. It started right back up with one pull. Also electrically, we're good. I'm gonna try out, I don't know if I need to adjust the idle or what, but let's let it run some more. So it got to where I could start it and it would run for a bit and then stop, and then I noticed a bunch of fuel coming out the bottom. So we took the cover back off. Watch this. See that? Can you see that? Why is fuel coming out the vent on the top of the carburetor? Is the new carburetor faulty? Gummed up? I don't know. We're gonna have to check though. My working theory is this. Here we have the old carburetor, and there's that similar vent on the side, and if I take the bowl off again, and we have a look, that channel looks like it goes straight down into where what I suppose is the jet in the middle there. It's not giving us the right contrast, but I'm assuming the needle, and you can see the needle there on the right moving up and down on the original carburetor. I'm assuming the needle is not closing entirely when this float goes up, and so fuel keeps coming in, eventually filling it to the point that it goes out the side. It could also be causing us mixture problems, which might explain the shutdown. So, more exploration. Okay, so got the new carburetor off. I've got the old one soaking in case we end up deciding to use that. This is the bowl on the new carburetor. I don't see anything, which tells me hopefully not trash from the fuel tank, which appeared clean, but one can never know. And I was able to validate that the needle works, the little needle valve on the float, by blowing in the tube and lifting, and you can see it moving in there. I don't know, did some trash get into that and it's not shutting off when it's full? I don't know. I'm going to take it apart more. I'm going to blow it out with some compressed air, reassemble it, and see. Meanwhile, the old carburetor is soaking in carb cleaner, and that's our backup plan. And most importantly, when I put it all back together, I just dropped, but okay, you get the idea. I'll put this inline fuel filter and replace the fuel line, which is getting older, because if it is trash, microscopic trash, I do not want it doing that again. So let's see. Okay, we've reassembled the carburetor, started right up. Also was not leaking fuel. You can see we've got the new fuel filter in there, if you can hear any of it. And we are going to let this run for a few minutes, since that's what happened before, and make sure it doesn't just die on us. But I think we're on the right track here. While this is running, I'm going to grab the carburetor out of the carb cleaner and finish cleaning that up. Well, rain's arriving, but generator ran just fine for a few minutes, so I hope we've got that solved. Meanwhile, this is the cleaned out bowl, the float, and the carb after having soaked, all nice and hopefully squeaky clean. I'm not going to clean the, I don't have a tool to clean the jet down in there. We're going to hope whatever was in there got dissolved. Look at this crap. Do you see this on this cloth? This is all from whatever didn't fall off the bowl, and wiping this off, that is what was in the fuel. So I'm feeling much better, or in the carb, so therefore the fuel, especially some flakes and stuff. So I'm feeling very good about having installed that inline fuel filter. So I'm going to put it back together and blow air through it, and then we'll store it as a potential spare. One thing I noticed during disassembly is this large area that's cracked and missing, and what you'll also see is around here where this goes all the way into where the switch is mounted as well. So yeah, let's take some time. I think I'll do a combination of maybe some super glue backed with some gaffer's tape or duct tape, something that'll just reinforce that a bit. Don't want it breaking in an emergency. Oh, here we are, all reassembled. You can see a little evidence of the duct tape, but I did glue the crack. Most of the duct tape's on the back. It completely surrounds this panel, so hopefully it'll reinforce it just enough, and the switch feels better now. So, all back together. Let's hope she does what she should. We've been running 22 minutes without a hitch. I think we got it. I also checked the RPM using that RPM meter. It is dead on at 3,600 as rated. So I'll call this a success. We'll shut it down and try it again in a week. Make sure it starts right up, and then we'll drain it dry.